Good morning.
Good morning. Remember the countdown today?
Very good, very good. Starting off the week strong.
Remembering the things that are important to doing the job, but also we're accidentally matching.
Yeah.
Light
I've got the
blue.
I've got the
Yes.
sweatshirt version.
Yeah, no. I don't even know if I have one. Um, no, but we got the curly hair that is partially dry and the light blue top and the white earbuds.
Yeah.
Let's do it again tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Why don't we wear something Disney related?
Okay, that's a
I
good
think
dress code for us.
yeah,
Wear your Disney clothes tomorrow, every day.
every day.
So anyway, happy Monday.
Happy Monday to you.
Hmm. This is how we start our week. Getting back into it.
Yeah, figuring out what all's happened. I don't know how just 2 days can feel like a lifetime, but every Monday takes a while to get into the groove.
All right, so for people that are joining, we are going to talk about news and things that are happening this week at Disney World. And if you submit any comments or questions, we will get to those at the end.
Mhm.
Are you ready?
I am.
What's first?
First is that Buzz is officially in cast member previews. That means it's
Hmm.
getting close.
Which means it's not just cast members that are going to the previews.
That's true too. But on the positive side of that, it means that we get some more information coming out of it. And from everything that I've been reading and seeing, people are really liking the changes that have been happening.
Yeah, I think we know to temper our expectations on these things
Hmm.
because if they're keeping the ride the same, basically, but just doing a little refresh, then you just have to appreciate the cosmetic updates and maybe this time's a little bit more than that.
Yes, yes, definitely. I have seen though that the removable blasters, like the ones that you can move around, are making things a little bit more difficult target wise. So
No, I don't want that.
I know, I know.
I do like the idea of picking it up. We'll be there or not next month, in May. Well,
Yes.
maybe you'll be there in April to do it.
Oh yeah, yeah. I will try to give it a ride, and hopefully the lines won't be too bad.
Yeah.
But we'll check it out and see. Maybe I'll get some practice in, so I'll be an expert when you and I are there a few weeks after that.
You'll beat me no matter what.
Well, I don't know about that, but
Former softball pitcher over there.
well, pitching versus sh- this, I don't know that those skills are transferable. Is what I'm saying. Oh, I can't hear you.
Okay, now you can.
Yeah, I can. Did you say something very important? What were you saying?
I said it feels like it. When they're on the ride, it feels like it makes sense.
Oh,
Unlike the person who was delegated to bunting is not doing so well as the person who was the softball pitcher.
well, okay. Well, we'll see. We'll see if these changes benefit you or me. Just a few weeks. Something else big that's happening, but it's not happening at Disney World, but it's happening at Disneyland that I think we need to maybe keep our eyes on is that the Bluey show has opened over at Disneyland. Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
And over there, they get a full show. They don't have a meet and greet like what we're getting, but it opened to huge crowds.
Yes. And I feel like Disney should have done this a long time ago.
Hmm. Yes, I think Disney probably thinks they should have done this a long time ago as
Hmm.
well. But
It's
they,
not their IP, so I know it's like a little bit more difficult to figure out. But yeah.
yeah, yeah. So they have a live stage show with two shows throughout the day, and by noon it had already maxed out. They had reached capacity for the day. Lines stretched. It's for people who are familiar with the park. The lines for it stretched all the way back past It's a Small World. The theater is at the Fantasyland Theater, so it was quite a ways to go because there's a lot of place for the queue for that line up close to the theater. So the fact that it was stretched out that far was a little wild.
For people that aren't familiar, when Disney made the Bluey announcements, they often just put Disneyland and Disney World together in the announcements. And they're like, okay, at Disneyland, we're going to have this show. At Disney World, you're going to be able to meet Bluey and Bingo. And it's like a whole section of Animal Kingdom where they reside. So that will happen in end of May for
Yes.
Disney World.
Yes. So the Bluey's version, the Animal Kingdom version of what they're getting for Bluey and Bingo opens on May 26th with that whole cool kid summer stuff. And I think what's going to be important for people to realize, and we've touched on this a couple times before, is that to get to it at Animal Kingdom is going to be 2 lines. You're going to have a line for the express train, and then you're going to have a line for the character meet and greet. So if it's something that's going to be important to you, I would definitely make this something, especially if you're visiting in those first opening days, the lines are going to probably be as intense. Make it a priority, make it a rope drop kind of thing. And then let's see how things settle out, and maybe we'll be able to adjust our recommendations. But especially if your families, young kids, this is something that's high on your list of must-dos, you're going to want to prioritize it.
In my head, and this is what I want to test, in my head, it would make most sense to do early entry at Animal Kingdom and do like Navi River Journey or something like that. Walk to Kilimanjaro Safari so you can ride that when it opens, and then hop on the Wildlife Express train right after. But that means that you're not rope dropping it. Exactly.
No, and that may work perfectly fine a few weeks in.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, I don't know how effective that would be in the very beginning.
Very beginning, everything's competitive, but it's not typical. So
Yeah.
I think long term, the thing that I just said is what I think's going to work, but we have to figure it out.
Yes, yeah, and I think that whole dual line thing will be that can make guest satisfaction not super happy if you have to wait in the line just to get to there. So interesting choice, putting them out there. I understand, I think, why Disney's decision to put Bluey and Bingo in that location. It creates it makes that part of the park, which doesn't typically draw large crowds, it makes it a very appealing spot to go. But the logistics are a little difficult.
It also draws people completely to the opposite end of the park from the land formerly known as Dino Land, the future Tropical Americas, which is just walls and construction.
Yeah. So we will have to see how things shake out. And who knows, maybe over at Disneyland, we'll see those wait times and the um, people willing to give up that much of their park time decrease. And then hopefully we'll see something similar over at the other side of the country.
What's next?
Spring break continues. It has officially sprung, and all 4 parks have, well, I guess not Epcot, but Animal Kingdom, Magic Kingdom, and Hollywood Studios have seen park hours being shifted, extra shows being added. If you are heading there in between now and the week after Easter, it's time to go ahead and make sure you're double checking those park hours.
Yeah, I did post about these on social media. So if you're going in early April, you can check them on, I guess they disappeared on Instagram stories, but you can go to Facebook and there's a recap of all of the hours changes. But it is definitely an indicator that things are busy.
Yes, things are busy. And keep in mind too that in the instances of like the second show for Fantasmic, the fact that Starlight's going to have 2 performances as well, the second shows are generally less busy. So if you are able to stay up later, if you don't mind hanging around in the parks for those second shows, it's typically a little bit easier and a little bit more manageable to hit those ones up. And you can use the first showing as an opportunity to go jump on some rides when a lot of people are going to be busy watching them. Next, the Grand Floridian Tea Room has officially reopened, and reservations are still very difficult to get.
I think it's almost time for us to get our reservations.
I know.
What are the chances?
Probably we've setting up a lot of alerts. There's just not a huge capacity inside of there, and there's a huge demand for something new. This was one of those nostalgic things too. It was closed for what, 6-ish years? And I think people are really excited to have it back. It's a unique experience. It's something kind of fun to do, and it's brand new. And that always means you're going to get a lot of people there because they want
Hmm.
to check it out.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so for those that don't remember, it's $79 for adults, $49 for kids. So not inexpensive, but also not
The most expensive.
the most expensive. It's right there in the middle.
Goldilocks would be very happy.
Yes, she would be very happy. And then we have some kind of unfortunate news, and that's the fact that Spaceship Earth has been experiencing some unplanned downtime.
Yeah, they've been doing this lately with random things. Like you and I had a trip and it was like, oh, People Mover's down. It wasn't
Hmm.
announced. And it's just because things happen. But Spaceship Earth is on day 3 of
Yeah.
being closed, which is frustrating.
Yeah, so it was closed all day Saturday, all day Sunday, and it's the park opened up today with it still closed. Um, Very unfortunate because it is such a draw there at the front of the park, and I hope that whatever is down is something that can be fixed. It was scheduled years ago for a major refurbishment, which I'm still a
And
little salty about.
and uh, they reversed their decision because I think a lot of people rioted like, no, no, no.
Yeah. Yes, they were a little worried about all of the changes that were gonna happen, but I think part of the things that were also gonna happen in addition to some of the changes were some just general upgrades on the ride itself, things to make it go smoother, to avoid downtimes like this, so who knows what's going on right now. I hope it gets back up and going soon. It's one of my favorites. I love a ride that you can just sit in the dark in the air conditioning and go on a slow little journey. It's my favorite.
Yeah. Heather Speed is what you call it.
Yes, it is definitely a Heather Speed ride.
A list of Heather Speed rides include Spaceship Earth and People Mover.
Mhm. Mhm. Living with the Land, I would put on there too.
Mm-hmm.
Those are all good ones that fit my vibe.
Mm-hmm. Gentle.
Gentle, I'm not gonna get sick. It's fun. I have something to look at, and I get to sit down.
Yes. And transparently, often we catch up on work during that time.
Yeah. True. Very true. Next, Stitch has replaced Olaf.
What?
Yeah, yeah. Over at the character meet and greet for Visa in Hollywood Studios, it used to be Olaf, and now it is Stitch, which
Okay.
I like. I did not
Yeah.
enjoy because the regular Olaf line very short. They did not need a special Visa character meet and greet for that. Like the Visa character meet and greets are supposed to be this way to bypass the line or to meet unique character groupings. And over at Epcot, it's like Mickey and Pals, and it's usually like 2 characters over there. And then over at Hollywood Studios, it was Olaf, and Olaf also had a regular character meet and greet, and that line was short, so it didn't really make sense. So swapping it out for Stitch does seem to make a little bit more sense.
Yeah, it's more in demand. Like that's a more attractive benefit for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we're deep into the character information right now.
Yes.
So this is very top of mind for us because we're working on some character stuff.
Yeah, so very happy to see that swap was made. And so I think that's all the news that we've missed for the past few days. But if you want to take a look ahead, we've still got the Flower and Garden Festival going on.
Yes, of course. Last week on the Q&A, I was just thinking about somebody said, what are the first 2 days of Flower and Garden like? And I'm like, you missed it.
Yeah. Well, sad news, you missed that one. Not too bad this year, I would say. They were not too bad. So it will continue on through June the 1st. for all the Garden Rocks people who like to go to the concerts, Herman's Hermits going to be there this coming up weekend. And 38 Special is starts on Sunday. So
But also Disney did content with Simple Plan.
yes, and that
And
was
never seen them do this before. Maybe they have. I don't remember them doing content with
mhm,
the one of the musical acts. And I'm like, why have they not done that before? That's such a no-brainer.
yes, and it was funny. So
Yes.
like funny in a good Disney way. So I appreciate that.
Yes, exactly. Thank you, Disney social media team, for being more fun.
Yes, and keep it up. Give us more. Give us
Hmm.
more of that. Definitely think they've hired some younger people and
Yeah,
possibly loosened the restrictions.
exactly. That's the biggest key, I think. But they have hired literal influencers from
Hmm.
Disney content to work for Disney, so it makes sense.
Yeah, like that. And then I wanted to throw in a little this week in Disney World history because in 1975,
Hmm.
do you remember it? 1975?
I do. Do you?
Nope, that's before my time. But 1975, the Lake Buena Vista Shopping Village opened, and it had 28 shops, four restaurants, and that was the precursor to what is now Disney Springs.
Yes, I was looking for. Do you remember I did a timeline history thing
Hmm.
on the website? Does that still exist,
Yeah.
or did it go away? I can't find it. But I did a whole history of this because Disney Springs has been through so many iterations,
Hmm.
and it's been very interesting.
Yeah. So it actually opened on March 22nd, so officially yesterday. And it's been 51 years of Disney having a shopping center on property. And I think it does well for them. I think it gives people the opportunity to, especially international guests who might want to do some shopping uh, with, American stores or just unique stores, people who want to do souvenir shopping, people who want to go get some Disney fun without having to go into the parks. There's entertainment things, so many restaurants to go to. So I think it's been a decent addition. It's really wild to me though how busy it can get. Like it can be just as busy as the parks, which is wild.
But I think it's because locals go.
Hmm.
And also, like, we have some friends here that just went on a cruise out of Port Canaveral, I think it was.
Hmm.
And they posted a picture of them in Disney Springs afterwards. It's just like I can get a little dip into Disney without buying a ticket.
Exactly. Exactly. Makes a lot of sense.
Hmm. So that does make sense. Are you ready for a couple of comments?
Sure.
Comments. Megan, good morning, ladies. Love your live videos. She says lately, though. Does that mean she didn't like them before? I'm just kidding. Thank you. Thank you, Megan. And then A. Donnie says, do you go live Monday through Thursday at 9 a.m. Central? Yes. 9 a.m.
Mhm.
Central, 10 Eastern, which is 8 a.m. my time. If you're mountain. Aaron says Heather talked about the Infinity Travel pillows to give her arms somewhere to go. I also struggle and can't find videos showing them. So you don't have. I pulled up a picture of this,
Okay.
and I believe this is what Heather
Yes.
is talking about. So I just Googled this and brought up an Amazon listing, and this is what she's talking about.
Yeah. So when it's not double wrapped around you, it probably hangs down to my waist ish. But otherwise, if I like double wrap it around my neck and like this person's doing, get my arm shoved in there, I can really get everything wedged in and have enough to prop my head up. I usually do a window seat, so I have enough to prop up against the window, have something to hold my arms in place, and can kind of really get cocooned in, if you
Mm-hmm.
will.
Mark says $79 for the tea service. You could get a slice of cake at Cake Bake Shop.
Okay, yes, true.
Christine wants to know, does that mean Olaf won't be meeting at Hollywood Studios or just the visa offering is
It's,
changing?
it's just the visa offering.
Okay. Yes. The visa offering is always in addition to, and it often does duplicate a character. So
Yeah.
sometimes it's like the Disney visa offering is something you can also meet without a Disney visa, but with a longer line.
Yes.
In this case, though, it's Stitch, which is not a normal meet and greet at Hollywood Studios.
Nope. Hollywood Studios has been having a lot of unique ones right now. They've got um, Bert and the Penguins and Jiminy Cricket and Pinocchio, and they've had a lot of characters out in front of the Chinese theater recently. This one just happens to be over at Celebrity Spotlight.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. We have one more week till we're offering planning sessions. If you are interested in having one-on-one planning sessions to help you with your trip, we've been doing those throughout March. It's been very interesting to talk to people. People are so nice.
Yeah.
And it's nice to have these one-on-one conversations. So that's another week, as long as the calendar still says March. The link to do that is at the link in bio on social media. And tomorrow's Q&A day on Instagram. So if you want to submit a question, I answer usually about 25 questions on Instagram, and then whatever is left we do on Wednesday on YouTube. So you can submit a question that way if you would like as well. Is there anything else we need to talk about?
I think that's it.
Okay, we'll be back tomorrow.
Bye.